Hey guys!
Hola.
I am Master Tatiana, your intuitive numerologist, brain coach here. And this is actually my brother, my spiritual brother, and his name is Fred.
Hi. How you doing?
So guys, today we wanted to talk about shadow work. And we are going to talk about it from a angle that is going to just help everyone understand how to actually start shadow work that is not so shadowy, you know. So when I say that, I mean, you know, some people, when they hear about shadow work, they feel like, okay, I don't want to even have nothing to do with that, because that's had a lot to do with candles and burning things and a lot of weird things. So I don't want to have to deal with that. So we are here today to pretty much share our journey in doing such work, but we don't call it shadow work.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not a fan of the term shadow work, to be honest with you. Okay? Anything relating to the subconscious is never going to be a rainbow. It's never going to be something, just a walk in the park. Okay? So that's the truth of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm really just like getting the shadow work term just like now, and I mean, I've heard it here and there, people say it, but no, really didn't know what it meant. But like Master Tatiana kind of clued me into what it is, and so I think this is something that, you know, we can address it and kind of, you know, give it a much, how do you say, like a much better way of thinking about it. Like, I didn't know anything about the candle thing that, you know, people do in the shadow work.
Yeah.
But we're gonna just talk about like what we do, the process of like what we do to get more in tune with ourselves, and how we can start, you know, seeing what's our path, have more clear, how you say, more clear sense of like what we need to do with ourselves.
Okay, good job. So as I was sharing with Fred, I was talking about shadow work to him, and he did ask me, what does that mean, right? Because we do the work, but we don't call it shadow work, honestly. So shadow work is just like tapping into the subconscious, is bringing up memories that we may not even want to talk about, but are hindering our progression, our journey, not allowing us to evolve because we're so stuck in a particular traumatic, emotional vibration and memory in our cellular body, in this body of ours, that's really not allowing us to go to the next level. Okay, so, you know, I just shared a little bit of the taboo behind the word shadow, right? And it's just feeling, just saying the word shadow, just feel that vibration, just feel that energy, just saying the word.
Yeah.
It's not really something that will make you even comfortable to even, let me start doing some shadow work, yay. No, right? I can tell you guys from my own experience that I'm also the same way. I don't care for the term shadow work, but I do embrace it, because I know that we're tapping into a stage in our life of, I call cleaning, right? I call cleaning.
Yeah.
In the practice that we are in right now, that cleaning is a very powerful workshop, and it's called Finding True Self. Don't that make you want to do some work now?
Yeah. yes, definitely way better.
Better,
yeah,
than shadow work, right? So in Korean terms is shimsung. So the beauty of that word is that shim is spelled S-H-I-N.
M. Shimsung.
And it signifies, the shim signifies mind, like your mind. And when I say your mind, I'm not just talking about your thinking mind. I'm actually talking about energy. Here we're talking about energy, Okay, and sung is SUNG, and that signifies growth. Okay, so you could just imagine, put it all together, is about growing that light. It's that essence within you, within all of you, in us, you know. But in order for us to tap into our essence, we need to go through a stage where we are not necessarily comfortable, right? Where we kind of hear our true voices of, I would say not our true voices, but the false voice of, I don't like myself, I'm never going to make it, I'm not good enough, this is never going to work out. We have to go through those stages, but we want to do it in a very safe and resourceful way that is not too weirded out. Okay, and so this workshop, we have taken it, I've taken it, and it was like 2 days when I took it. I was a little bit here there, I had a very scattered mind, but it was very transformational for me. In this workshop, it was a full day. Okay, so you can say that this is the best gift you're going to give yourself, really getting to know thyself. Okay, so it was from literally 8 in the morning when I took mine, and I finished the first day at 7 p.m. and then the next day it was the same time, and then we finished, I believe, approximately like 6:30 p.m. But it was very transformational. It was safe. All right, it was a good teamwork. All right, there was other people doing the same work as I was. There was meditation, there was interaction, there was care, there was nurturing. You just felt safe to really open up, in helping you to release a lot that you needed to release, to be able to be in tune with your essence. So how was your experience?
Oh wow! So with me, it was well, we had it for 1 day, and it was a life-changing thing for me. I mean, I don't want to get into too much detail of it, but like it was something that I needed to confront it, because like with me, I had like the issue of not having like confidence in myself and always second guessing and doubting myself. And with the Shimsung, kind of explained, where it's coming from, and how to just see for what it is and know that it's not you, it's a false self. And so you want to, just acknowledge that and know that you have a master consciousness. So we a lot of times have like this victim consciousness, and when we like really don't move our bodies and not really do anything with ourselves, we tend to follow that victim consciousness.
And what's that victim consciousness?
Not saying, saying that you're not capable, that you're ugly, you're stupid, you're all these things that you tell yourself on a daily basis. And
sometimes you say these things unconsciously.
Yeah.
So you may also see someone that looks very presentable, they look so confident, but you have no idea, guys, what they are going through internally to try to keep this image, right? So yes, like Fred was saying, right? We also call him Master Fred. Like he was saying, going into this victim consciousness, even though you hear me speak, and I may sound like I'm very confident, he likes to believe I'm always confident, but he knows me too. He knows when I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, oh my God, I get cross-eyed and everything. I'm also in that victim consciousness myself, but I go through it, but people don't know that. So they always make the assumption.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we all go through it. And a lot of times we don't know how to, how to manage, or how to just kind of embrace for what it is and know it's not you. And that you have a master consciousness. So with that master consciousness, that tells you that you can do it. You are capable. You are enough. And when you follow that, then you'll be able to, follow that true self, that true essence that you have, that we all have, and you be able to have more of a, you know, a more clear understanding of about yourself and about where you want to go with yourself. Like you said, like a lot of things that we deal with in our past hinders us from progressing.
Yeah.
So with this, you know, this workshop, the Shimsung, helps you to kind of clean.
Yeah.
And just see things and be able to, you know, just start on that path of knowing that you are capable, that you are better than what you think.
So just to add a little bit more, I think it's very important for us to understand that, you know, we need to embrace even that victim consciousness. Sometimes we want to get rid of it. We just want to get rid of it. Ugh. But it's so important that we embrace it, because when we embrace it, we can move things. We can actually do the work that we need in order for us to restore ourselves, right? We came actually into this world before we even started to develop. We already knew that we were light, that we were our essence, right? But of course, in this journey, we need to go into this dark level of stages, right, where we kind of forget that we were that light, you know, in order for us to find our way back to the light. Okay, we need to find our way back. So we do have to go through these things. So that's why we need to embrace our victim consciousness. One of a very powerful spiritual teacher once said that, you know, when darkness and light comes together, this is when you meet your true essence, your true self, right? So when you hear finding true self, you're like, well, am I going to find my true self in one day? Am I going to find myself in 2 days? That is not saying that taking this workshop, you're going to just be healed and everything's going to be okay. But this is the start. This is like the first step to many more steps that you will now know I can actually do it. And I can adopt a community that will encourage me, remind me to do the work, to get back.
Yeah, and I was going to say, just, you know, with the workshop, it just, like you said, it's a start. And it gives you like so much principle of how to kind of manage and see things, so that, you know, every day is pretty much like a Shimsung. You know, every day is like a Shimsung, because you're always, you know, finding something that, you know, that you kind of watch yourself, you kind of see yourself, okay, when you get into this certain situation, how you know, react. So instead of like falling into this victim consciousness, or you just kind of see it. You're not going to get rid of it. You're never going to get rid of it, but you're just going to be able to see it, and like you said, embrace it, and then know that you have a master consciousness that enables you to, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can actually do this. I am good. I'm great. I'm this. Whatever it is that helps you to get through that.
Yeah.
But so every day is like that. So every day is a Shimsung.
Every day.
Every day.
And I think that's why I'm so honored that we staff it, because this gives us the opportunity to see our level of growth every time we staff it. But most importantly, just experiencing it again allowed us to see what we need to work on, what we need to develop, and what things we had been stuck on.
Right. I mean, yeah, every day, like, we get piled on with things with life.
Yeah.
Life puts a toll on you, and sometimes you need that moment, or that, you know, that time to kind of release.
Agree.
And this definitely is a safe way of releasing.
A safe way of doing this.
Yeah.
This is why I tell people, usually when I talk about this with the people we work with, they jump on board and they take the workshop. They don't question it or anything. They're like, whoa, okay. And then they also see that we are also the testimony of that workshop. And so they see our change. They see our growth. And then they just jump along and like, well, listen, I want to do this because I need this. And like I said, it's a safe environment. You're not doing this alone. You're not alone.
So let me ask you something. So when you took your Shum, like, what is the, the Tatiana that you saw then, and like, what's the Tatiana that you see now since you've taken your Shum? Like, what is the difference you see?
Well, with me, it's how I take responsibility. I always been one to be given responsibility, and I would just do it because I was given the responsibility. Like, I just have to do it. But now I embrace it in a different way. Like, I want that responsibility, and I realized from myself then to now is that even the littlest thing I celebrate it. Whether it's sweeping the floor, I'm like, yes, I get to sweep the floor, yes. Whether it's being one that supports outside of everything, whether I have to just be present or do the lights or whatever it is that my role is, just embracing that. Just embracing it and being humble. Number one is like humble. I would take responsibility, and it was more like, oh, they're always giving it to me. Oh, I just got to do it. But now I realize that what purpose is owning your role. It doesn't have to be a big role. It could just be something as small, like I mentioned, sweeping the floors, pulling out the mats, and just being 100% sincere in everything that I do. And for you, what was? How do you see yourself?
Well, I think for me was in the beginning, I had a lot of self-doubt. Not to say that I don't have it, but it's like now it's like I kind of see it. And I trying to put it in words because the way I think what changed is how I see things. At least I'm being more observant of myself. I'm seeing how I'm reacting to certain things, and when I, have someone approach me about certain things, and I get like this, either I get upset or have attitude. I'm seeing it rather than actually doing it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, somebody would tell me to do something, I would just react right then and there in a way that it doesn't help both myself and the person who's asking. But like now, it's like, okay, they'll ask me something. In my mind, I'm having this reaction. I'm not actually doing it, but in my mind it's happening. So I'm actually seeing it. And then I'm having like this way of just reacting in a way that, okay, I can do whatever it is being told or being asked of me, and I'm doing it just because I know that this is going to help me and it's going to help the person. So it's a whole different kind of Fred. I don't know if this makes sense. I wish you could be like within me to see what's going on. It. But yeah, and then also like how you said, like when given responsibility, doing things with the utmost sincerity. I think when we staff the workshop, there's roles that we're given, and I mean, like you said, like the smallest thing really counts big. Like there's times where, in the workshop we deal with food, so we feed, the people who partake in the workshop, and so my responsibility would be handling the food. And so even with that, you want to treat that with the sincerity, utmost sincerity, because it's like you put energy in food. So you ever go to a restaurant, you ever like see how the place is, how the waiters are, and when they have like this kind of attitude that just doesn't gel with you, and then you get the food, you're feeding yourself that kind of energy that you're getting from the restaurant. So you don't feel great at the end, right? So when you go into a place where the energy is great, you feel so comfortable, you can, just feel good wherever you're at. When you get that feeling, and especially like if it's a restaurant or anything like that, you eat the food, you feel the love that they put into the food, and it makes you feel good at the end. You want to come back and tell your friends and all that. So that's the kind of thing that I like to do when staffing and I have to deal with the food. I want to put enough love into it so that they can feel it, and they feel good at the end. And of course, they want to recommend their friends to take shrimp sun because the energy is good. They taught me so many things. The food is great. Everything is great. So you want to make it a great experience. At least that's what we focus on, making it a great, safe experience for everyone.
All right. All right, guys. So I think that we gave you pretty much a good amount of what how you can do shadow work in a very safe and secure environment. If you guys would like to know more about how can you join such a workshop or how can you get started, we will definitely put our information below. You can email us and then we can guide you better in that way. We can even do a virtual chat with you. Where you can meet with us about like 15 to 20 minutes and ask your questions about it, and then let's find out where you are. Like that, we could connect you where we need to connect you to, for you can have your experience in finding yourself in this mastery journey.
Right. I mean, we all want to be the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is a great way of doing it. So go to the information below and then start your journey.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.